I see you've got some snow back there.
Yeah, we have snow. Not happy about it. My dogs aren't happy about it. Lennox always automatically thinks that it is Christmas. It's funny because I had a friend of mine DM me yesterday once it kind of started coming down pretty heavily, and he was like, "It's snowing. Is it Christmas?" And I had a little laugh because I thought, "Oh my God, he'll never like do that again," because I think he's too old. He recognizes that like Christmas is now days away. Um, and I picked Lennox up from school yesterday. He gets in the car. He says, "Mommy, it's snowing." And I said, "Yes, it is snowing." And he's like, "Is tomorrow Christmas?" So I had to send my friend a message back, and I was like, "Man, you called it." And I said, "Because I picked him up from school, and that was the first thing out of his mouth."
Oh, so now you're back. You're gonna be right back in countdown zone.
Yeah, unfortunately, which is it's birthday countdown zone and it's Christmas countdown zone, and it's a lot. Um, it's a lot of anticipation, which is great. I mean, my kids are so excited, but also it sometimes is a little bit draining to have that conversation of how many more days. Why isn't it this weekend? All that.
Oh, like a Hanukkah countdown? Yeah. Is it today yet? Is it how many more now? Well, if I just got 2 presents, how many more do I get tomorrow?
I know.
Did you do all your holiday shopping already?
So I'm not really sure. This is killing the planner in me because I have a very like methodical way of purchasing gifts because I like to create lists for each child, and then in order to keep things equal, I set a budget for each child, and we only give our kids a few gifts from us. So from the time that Quinn was a tiny baby, we had decided that the children would get gifts in these categories. It's something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. So each kid gets a gift or two, depending on, how much each item costs, that falls into one of those categories. So it makes it so easy to shop, and it makes it so easy to stay within a budget because you're literally only buying for those categories. But
Wow, you're a really organized 5.
that is true.
Your list even rhymes.
I didn't come up with it. Somebody told me about it at some point pre-children, and I thought, man, that's a really good idea because, I mean, we're fortunate that our kids really don't want for anything, right? So it
Yeah.
can be sometimes tricky at Christmas time about like, well, what do you give them, and how do you raise kids? Like we try really hard to raise kids that aren't like consuming assholes. And so I think that having a bit of a bit of a boundary on it helps us to not go crazy into debt at this time because it's October, November, December is an expensive time of year for us because of all the birthdays that we have.
Yeah. Same.
But December can be a very expensive time for families in general. So it helps to put like a barrier on it.
So give it to me again.
Something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read.
Wow. Okay.
So it's nice. And then Santa comes and he fills stockings, which is always like toothbrush and new underwear and chapsticks and like, fun little trinkety gifts. And then he usually drops like a big gift either for all 3 children. Like last year he brought a Pop-A-Shot. And then they each got like a couple little things, extra things from Santa. One year he brought an Xbox, which they shared, and then he brought them each like a little game to go with it. But at the beginning of the pandemic, we ordered a hot tub because we weren't joining the pool. Well, when everything was shut
Wow.
down, So too were the manufacturing plants shut down. They make these hot tubs. So everything was on back order. Well, our shit's finally in. And this is Chris's like livelihood. Like he understands how this shit works. So my understanding was like, we're just taking our vacation savings because we didn't go on vacation. So we're just going to take that money and then we'll just like cover the difference because we were like, well, we just won't do Christmas from us to the children this year. Santa will just bring some gifts and this will be like our family Christmas gift. Come to find out,
hot tub set up, yeah.
Yes, like something that we can enjoy year round. My kids all love a hot tub. I thought this would be really cool. Well, come to find out that the spa is in. However, there are like a list of very difficult things that have to happen in order for it to be installed. So it's escalated from where I thought the cost was going to be to now I got to pay somebody to come out and clear this, 10 by 10 space and put down a concrete paver. And then, oh, by the way, we've got to hire an electrician to come out because you got to have a separate breaker and it's got to be within so many feet of whatever. And that's going to be like another $1,000. So the cost is quickly escalating. And I keep saying to Chris, like, we need to figure this out because I need to know if we're just going to like pass on the spa and just say sell it because they have a waiting list a mile deep of people that are like wanting these. So do we just like pass on the spa this year because this is escalated outside of like
No,
what
baby,
we thought we were
no,
going to
baby.
spend?
You got to keep the spa. You got to keep the spa. Matter of fact, we can put a poll in the Instagram. Does Amanda keep the hot tub time machine, or does she send the hot tub time machine back and get the kids a bunch of Vans, sneakers, and candy canes and other bullshit that don't nobody gonna remember?
Right.
I say.
I mean, and I feel like it's just, it's all like added up very quickly and it's beyond like I thought we had basically paid for it between vacation savings and not buying Christmas gifts from us to where,
Well, here's the other good news though. Here's the other good news. The other good news is everyone is broke. Everyone's about to get shut down. Everyone's about to have no money. And when everyone is sad and depressed, your ass is going to be overextended but cooling in a hot tub. So I say, fuck it. You only live once. You can't take it with you. Get the hot tub installed. The kids will go fucking bananas. You guys are going to be that wonderful white family up the street in their bathing suits in the snow. I say do it. The pictures alone. I say do it.
The fact that Chris has not, like, he's still pursuing, like, he was talking to my dad the other night, asking my dad, like, what do you think it should cost to have the electrical run? Like, what is your estimate? Because he had received an estimate from somebody, and my dad gave him an estimate higher than what the actual electrician had given him. So Chris was like, oh, okay, so I guess it is a fair price. It's just, it's just all the coordination that.
Well, girl, coordinate your ass off. You ain't doing that. You sitting in there. What you doing? Chris done built you this whole gym. You better build that hot tub, girl.
So, anyways, yeah.
And do all your kids believe in Santa? Are they still on that page, or?
I know for sure that the boys are. Quinn, you know what? A couple of years ago, I thought she didn't believe. I thought she was like, the jig was up, and I was ready to have that conversation with her. However, part of me thinks that now she just plays along because she knows that, or maybe she's afraid she's not going to get presents from Santa, or maybe she's afraid that she'll disappoint us. She was telling me the other day she was mad that our elf went away. We had an elf for a couple of years until I retired his ass, and I was just like, fuck it, I can't with this elf anymore. And
yeah, that clutter. Ooh, girl. No.
Oh, well, and he never did crazy stuff. He just moved around the house. But after a while, I was just like, I could never remember to move him. So I was just like, fuck, we don't have an elf anymore, guys. He went back to the North Pole. You guys were naughty. He couldn't do it anymore. Goodbye.
Did you take a ceremonial picture of you literally kicking him out the front door?
No.
And him landing face down in the muddy sand, snow, slush, whatever, of the driveway? Ew, a missed opportunity. If you haven't guessed, I hate Christmas. So you know what? I'm going to make sure that Maja, I'm going to have a talk with her, because if Maja starts playing with Bennett in Roblox during the Christmas break, I'm going to make sure that she doesn't bring up that Santa is not real.
I was going to ask you that. Like, how do you navigate that with your kids? Because obviously you never had to start that lie. So, what kind of conversation do you have with them about, like, you can't say this to your Christmas believing friends?
Well, the problem is we didn't have that conversation until it was too late. So, Maja thinks Christmas is a state of being. So, when she finds out that people are quote unquote Christmas, she literally, that meme where the guy is sitting in the classroom and his veins are bulging out of his forehead and neck and he's trying so hard not to say anything. That's what Maja does anytime she finds out anybody's Christmas. Because she wants so bad to be like, there's no Santa, that's fake. You really think a person's coming down your chimney? That's ridiculous. You really think reindeers can fly? That's crazy. Meanwhile, you can find Maja at any given time during December in her room sneaking Christmas YouTubes. And then we have Shira who will tattle. Maja was watching Christmas. I saw her. She was watching Christmas shows. She was watching it and I saw it and there was a reindeer and there were red flowers and there were candy canes and it was Christmas and it was not Jewish. I'm like, okay. So I kind of like watching them navigate Christmas as little good Jewish children. And the problem with it is Justin, like, thoroughly enjoys it, like, really bad. So I have to, like, constantly remind them, don't tell people Santa is not real. Don't tell people Christmas is bad, please. But, like, they're little kids.
Yeah.
They're like, but why would you have just one day when you could have 8 days? And I'm thinking to myself, I hated Christmas for so long only to find myself Jewish and celebrating for so many more fucking days.
Right? We were actually having a conversation. I brought that up this weekend to Chris as we were talking about it. And, or maybe it was my mom. I can't remember. But I did bring up the fact. I was like, can you imagine Christmas Eve multiplied by 8?
Oh, and Justin, once, Shalom got old enough and big enough, Justin, he's a stickler about it. He wants to do one gift a night for 8 nights, and they got to say their prayers, and they got to do this, and we got to do that. And I'd be like, by day 2, I'm like, look, I'm going to bake these fucking cookies shaped like little menorahs, and we're going to open all these goddamn gifts, and then it's quiet time. I'm done with this. Because, with Christmas, there's a place to, like, put the shit.
Mm-hmm.
You have a tree. The tree serves as a destination.
Mm-hmm.
So, the kids see the twinkling lights and every day they see the little things pile up. Or unless you don't put the gifts there because Santa's coming.
So our presents get wrapped. They each have their own wrapping paper. So their gifts get wrapped and put under the tree as they're acquired and wrapped. And then Santa's come unwrapped on Christmas Day.
Oh, look at you making life so easy for yourself. So you just have a section in the garage of the unwrapped shit. You just bring it in.
I literally hide it in my closet and they're none the wiser.
Oh, we do separate papers. So, one will get stripes, one will get polka dots, one will get, unfortunately, there's always a mistake every year. Sometimes we'll buy My Little Pony with candy canes and trees on it. And then Justin will sit there with a Sharpie marker and cross out every candy cane in every tree. And I'm like, I could just use a different roll. He's like, don't waste it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's upon us. And I always feel like this extreme weight right around December 1st where I'm like, oh God, I got to get chipper. I got to get in this holiday spirit. And then Shalom and I are in Hebrew school, so we're going to start learning prayers, which some of the prayers that we're learning, I've already memorized. So, like, I'd be showing out in Hebrew class right now. But this is a good time for us to let all of our listeners know that because it is time to start giving gifts, we have a spectacular gift for you, Amanda. Show them what's behind curtain number 1.
So you guys might remember friend of the podcast, 1926 NYC, JJ.
Hi, JJ.
And he's offering a special discount to all of our listeners. So just because you listen to this show, like the good little podcast stranger friend you are, you can get in on this. And here's why, guys. Amazon, I love Amazon, but Amazon does not need our money. They don't. Target, it's convenient. She don't need your money either. But do you know who could use your money? Are small businesses. These are actual human beings that take pride and take pleasure in the spaces that they curate. And so you can buy some really beautiful, unique gifts that nobody else is going to be giving this Christmas. And you can save 40%. 40%
on everything.
Period.
Site-wide. So we're talking about vintage jewelry. We're talking about vintage clothing. We're talking about housewares, handbags, scarves, socks, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, rings, earrings, necklaces.
All kinds. I mean, I'm personally enjoying those little sari star ornaments. My kids get a new Christmas ornament every year. So you could like start a tradition for somebody in your life and buy them, if they celebrate Christmas, a new beautiful ornament every year, and start this year with one from JJ.
Yep. If you go to his website right now, 1926nyc.com, under the big heading that says gifties, those cute little ornaments are there. And if you're not a Christmas person and you're a Jewish person like I am, you can put those little things on doorknobs, non-Christmas time. They're just so like luxurious and pretty. And JJ has just such a beautiful curatorial eye. Is curatorial even a word?
Now it is.
Girl, that shit is beautiful. I just be making up beautiful words. Y'all gonna be like, that's a word, Melissa. You didn't make up shit. Calm down. But yeah, so you got to listen all the way to the end of the episode to get the special code that's only for you. He has never offered a discount of this level. And because we're friends, all friends, you, me, Amanda, JJ, and you, he's extending it to you. So happy holidays from your friends at Imperfect Strangers Podcast. Get all the way to the end of the episode to get the code and get to spending. And this is also important. He gift wraps. And I don't know if you know about JJ's packaging. Amanda, is it so cute?
It's next level. It's like your best friend put together a care package for you and then wrapped it really nicely. It's like you might as well just maybe buy some things for yourself too, because it truly feels like a very special experience.
Yes, we're talking about the delicate crinkling of the black tissue paper. There's a sticker involved. There's a ribbon. And he does everything really safe and pretty and on time.
A thank you card. There was a thank you card in mine.
Handwritten.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, get to the end of the episode and you can get the code. Happy shopping. Amanda.
Let's crack into it.
I have been noticing on your Instagrams, just like I noticed before with your Enneagrams. Remember when I was like, what does she be talking about? 5 this, 5 that? Obviously, I do know what a zodiac sign is, and I'm like kind of familiar, but I'm not a person that like checks my horoscope every day.
Yeah.
But you like know all of the characteristics of your sign, and you're a Taurus.
Yes.
So then I was like, because they say with zodiacs, there are certain people that you are compatible with and you're not compatible with. And I'm thinking to myself, how have we gotten to an entire year of recording episodes together? And I just figured out that you're a Taurus. And B, we've never done our compatibility via zodiac.
I truly can't believe it, because I used to, as a teenager, would go to Barnes and Noble on the regs because there is this horoscope book called The Birthday Book, and it's a giant. It's probably 500-600 pages. It's so thick. And you can go in and you can find your full, workup for your star sign. And then you can start to look at compatibility. So if there was like a boy that I had a crush on, well, then I had to go to Barnes & Noble and sit on the floor and flip through that book and figure out if this boy was going to be compatible with my Taurian tendencies.
Okay, so wait, do you know, like, just off the top of your head about other people's signs, or you just know, like, intimately your own? Like, you know how sometimes there's people that are like, oh, yeah, obviously a Scorpio, you have this, and that. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you know all that?
Intimately my own, but then obviously with Chris, I had to learn about Capricorns. And then my family. So my mom is a Gemini. My sister's a Cap. My dad is also, I think my dad's a Cap too. He's the 18th of December. Maybe he's Sagittarius. Maybe he's right on the cusp. But yeah, and then, as soon as like I had due dates for the kids, definitely checked out theirs. Actually, before Quinn was born, Baby Gap had these really cute zodiac onesies, and I bought a Sagittarius and a Capricorn because I wasn't exactly sure, when she would be coming. So then, for family, I've learned about it, and then I know what my friends are. So but it's not like I couldn't tell you, like, I can't tell you much about Pisces, Cancer, Leo. It's really like Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Gemini. Now I know a little bit more about Aquarius. So learning.
Oh, well, you know what? What'll happen is I'll read my horoscope and I'll be like, oh yeah, totally, yeah, that. But like I never, I've had Shalom's birth chart done, I think.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't even remember because someone told me, because she was March 20th and she was like on the cusp or whatever that means.
Uh-huh.
So like depending on what time she was born, she was either this or that,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that was. What is she? She's March 20th. So I think Marlene thinks she's an Aries, but I think she's a Pisces.
I was going to say, I would say she's a Pisces.
So because she was born at 10:18 on March 20th, and it was like the first day of spring or something crazy, the chart person was like, oh no, things are going to change, it's this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, okay. But I haven't really, I don't pay that close of attention to it. Even though that one Destiny's Child song is my favorite. Because it's about me. I fell in love with a Sagittarius. And I don't really know like Justin stuff because, I don't be having time for that. But I do go on this app called The Pattern.
Uh-huh.
And The Pattern requires that you put in your time of birth, and it really kind of just like maps out your life for you. And then you can attach yourself to other people that you know, and you can see like your compatibility and stuff. But I just did that because everybody was talking about the pattern and how accurate it was in terms of like how you were going to be dealing with the new year and this and that. And so at one point at the start of the pandemic, the pattern had actually predicted that there was going to be like a life-changing global situation or whatever. So everybody was freaking out. So that's when I started getting back into the pattern. But it's one of those things where I'll look at it if I'm like on hold, like I don't check it every day and need to know. But you check your shit every day?
I don't check it every day. Sometimes I'll have to find this woman's thing. We can post it in the stories. Corrine recommended this woman, and she will go through, she's an astrologer, and I think she pulls tarot into it as well. Sometimes I'll watch like those month ahead videos and she'll do them for the different star signs. So if I can think about it, or if she'll post it on the stories, I'll go watch. But mostly I just delight in following like Taurus accounts on Instagram and the memes, because they are so spot on to who I am as a person. And I think it's funny because I really do truly love being a Taurus.
Well, actually, the memes are very accurate because for research, I was like, let me find out about this Amanda. I'm like, hold on. So the first meme I came across when I figured out that you're a Taurus is a dude in a shower cap. No. It was the meme I came across researching this shit for me was a dude in a shower cap. I think it was about our compatibility, as it was like Taurus Aquarius friendship. Dude in a pink shower cap, and it says Aquarius, and it's a very Melissa face, just stank, looking at the phone. Someone trying to associate with them when they are trying to disassociate with the world. And I was like, wow. And so like people say zodiac shit is bullshit, but that is really true.
Yeah.
I will be straight suspicious of someone being like, hey man, I really want to get to know you. Let's talk. I will No, why? So I specifically recall when we first, chatted for Your Mom Has a Podcast. And then afterwards, when it was like, oh, yeah, we should do a podcast. Like, I'm sure that we'll find out more about this trait.
Mm-hmm.
I said that, and I was like, yeah, we should. But, like, I didn't think you were going to, like, hold me to the and so November, December, January, February, and you're like, hey, you want to think about what we should do with this episode? I was like, okay, girl. So then, like, which is so weird, around your birthday, Taurus,
yeah,
it finally clicked for me. And so I was like, I wonder if there's like a thing between Aquarians, is that what it is? Aquarians and Taurians?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they say? Where work-wise, there's like a kind of a song and dance, because that's really how it, like, when I saw this meme, I was like, that's really how it went down.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was like, wow, does she know this? Did she know that about me and therefore knew to keep dipping her toe in? Or is that like a Taurian quality? So now I'm very curious to know, like, with our Enneagrams, how we work together zodiac wise.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull you up and you tell me if these shits are true.
Okay. All right. I have yours pulled up too.
And don't be lying either.
Well, I mean, because we're both looking at the website, the first two paragraphs, I think, really answer that question of, like, how did this even get started?
Wait, the first Aquarius page or the first Taurus page?
So if I scroll down below, the ads, and we get down to, like, typical Aquarius traits, the very first paragraph for Aquarius says, not one to go with the flow. Aquarians make their own mind up and then stick to it. You cannot cajole or persuade them from their viewpoint unless you've got evidence, i.e. data, facts, peer-reviewed analysis.
I mean...
Now, first paragraph for Taurus. My God, if you want something done, then ask a Taurus. There is no task or challenge that will beat them. They have endless reserves of tenacity, patience, and resilience. Like the tide on the shore, they'll just keep coming back at it until it's something which, seriously, it's like time to move on from, i.e. relationships, feuds, unwinnable hot dog eating competitions, etc.
And I swear to God, when we discussed your Enneagram, you were like, oh, no, there's no not trying. We're just going to keep trying. Matter of fact, I think even just 2 episodes ago, I had to find a picture of a dead horse. And I was like, should I post this dead horse? Because you had said within the episode, oh, no, I'm going to ride that horse until it dies. And I was like, oh, wow, because I don't really be doing that. And you were like, how so? I was like, I just be quitting. So the yin-yang quality here is real as fuck. But also, I really cannot be persuaded. I mean, part of who I am as a 1 is that I'm judgmental as shit. And that I do my due diligence and my research. So when they say peer-reviewed analysis, like, you should know, at the start of the pandemic, I was reading Chinese medical journals and translating them like an asshole. And daring people to tell me that I didn't know, how this virus was transmitted. And I was like, okay, well, you can go ahead and get it then. 'Cause I'm telling you, it's droplets. So this is fantastic. Now, when you get on your Taurus page, which giant picture of a celebrity does it have for you?
The giant picture I have is Cate Blanchett.
Ah.
Who's yours?
Cate Blanchett.
Oh, you've got Oprah.
Winfrey. Let's see what it says about Oprah. Oh, it says Aquarian Queen Oprah.
Mm-hmm. She's big Aquarius energy.
Is there any, I might say that it goes Oprah, Aquarian energy, Melissa Beck Aquarian energy. I feel like that's not far-fetched. So let's see. My thing says that I'm analytical, which we already know. I want to see what yours says. Okay, because I'm you just tell me if these things are true.
Okay. Yeah, the articles don't really line up categorically to compare and contrast.
Okay, practical.
Yep.
Yes, that's you. Stoic.
Yep.
Determined.
Mm-hmm.
Ambitious and materialistic.
Ding, 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 ding.
Mm-hmm. And when we say materialistic, that's why your ass don't have a secret credit card. Because he don't know.
Yeah.
Stubbornness. Famous for your stubbornness.
Mm-hmm.
A dark horse.
Yes, ma'am.
Yup, here it is. It's right here telling me all your nasty business. Ruled by the planet Venus, they share traits of beauty, artistry, hedonism. That's your nasty ass talking about buy sex toys. And a love of luxury and comfort.
Yes.
Taurians are actually pretty good people to be around. Who'da thunk? Oh, wow. Look at your celebrity Taurians. Adele, The Rock, David Beckham, Queen Elizabeth.
Wow.
Carte Blanche, and Cher.
You said carte blanche.
Taurians can be gentle and they can be fierce. They don't like to be pushed.
I actually
they have strong opinions.
I share a birthday with Cher. We have the same birth date.
They have strong opinions and they love their home comforts. Yes, that's true. See, and I think that might be where we, because this thing keeps saying that we get along, but strong opinions, I'd be like, back it up there now, Amanda. Some days I'd be like, that opinion's quite strong.
Seriously. I think the thing though that I do have strong opinions and I can be stubborn and I can have a hard time with change and transition. However, I also tend to be very open to just like letting people do their thing. We're just, okay, all right, this is going to happen. We're just going to let it happen. And then I'll just come back to it. There's that persistence. I'll just come back to it. We're just going to try again. We're just going to try with a different approach this time. That didn't work? Cool. So I think that that's kind of how, like with the podcast, Chris kept asking. He's like, when are you guys going to take this live? What are you guys going to do? What are you going to do with this? And I was like, listen, I'm just happy she's still agreeing to talk to me every week. I think that this is going to be a thing, but I'm not going to push her because I think if I push her and do the thing that I want to do, which is we need to sit down, we need to have a schedule, we need to plan this out. How are we going to launch it? Where are we going to put this? I'm going to scare her away.
I was like, nah, baby, we gonna do it when I say you get it ready, because we can't, all these opinions and all these plans, nah, because then it starts to feel like then it ain't my shit too, and nope.
Right.
That's
so
exactly an Aquarian trait.
So Aquarians are analytical or detached, so you can live quite happily, thank you, in your own head, dissecting knowledge, deconstructing conventions, dreaming up dreams, thinking about outer space. You could be telling them your dog is dead and they are looking at you, but their face is blank. Spoiler, they're not listening. They're just thinking about the cosmos.
Wow.
The sign.
Why'd they have to kill the dog, though? Why'd they have to kill the dog? Because that is really true. I feel so. I'm not. Remember the time?
Yes.
I had to come and ask you. I was like, listen, I think my mother-in-law's dog is going to die. What do I do? Because it happened around the same time. God bless him. JJ's dog died. And Burnett's dog died, and I was like, this is a lot. This is a lot, and I got to get it together. I got to be a good person because, I'm starting to learn that dog people, that's y'all's babies. That's y'all's children. And I really didn't have it. It's a different, and I'm not a sociopath. It's just a different, skill set.
Yeah.
Because a dog be like a house plant to me. I'd be like, oh, damn, another one down. But yeah, I could see. That was a good move. I'm glad, because if you would have pushed more, I definitely would have been like, nah, something wrong with her. Something wrong with her.
So your sign is like the eccentric professor of the zodiac, thinking outside of the box. What box? You're innovative and unique, and you can dream up schemes and ideas the rest of us simply cannot.
Okay, hold on. Let's pause. Let's just like that. Yes. I feel like, do you know how many things that I truly believe that I invented?
I've heard a few of them. Yes.
But do you not believe?
I don't know. I would need more data to back it up. I would need receipts to show that you did come up with Bootylicious before Beyonce came up with Bootylicious.
I did. There's plenty of proof out there. Okay, fine. Snoop Dogg did. But I brought it to the forefront, having been on a national television show on MTV. Listen, I invented a lot of things. That's the truth, and that's my Aquarian nature. Thank you. Continue with my greatness.
You dream up schemes that the rest of us simply cannot. You often wear really weird clothes or have bizarre hairdos. In our society, this typically marks you out as the eccentric of the group.
I mean, I feel like before I became my all black clothing wallflower, this was true.
Yeah. Through your natural intelligence, fair-mindedness, and great wit, often wins you a wide circle of eclectic friends. Ultimately, Aquarius stands alone. You will not compromise your ideals, your morals, or need for freedom and independence for anyone. That's like strong with your one tendencies too.
This is exactly who I feel like this is not gobbledygook bullshit. I feel like this is real as fuck. I'm getting scared again.
Let's see.
Wow. Is it going to tell us how we're compatible or not?
Oh, here we go. Who gets on best with Aquarius? The air sign trio, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, all get on well with each other. They're all clever, opinionated, and analytical. There's a lot of talking, maybe even some disagreeing, but it's all on a kind of cerebral level. They get off on each other's intellect.
Yes. And that makes sense, because remember when I was like, I can't just, get to the sheets. I gotta have.
You've got to have that intellectual stimulation.
What is that called? A sapiosexual?
I don't know.
That's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. I want to see where it tells me that you and I are compatible or not.
Let's see. I'm trying to look to see who gets on best with Taurus. Well, nearly everyone fancies me because I have a chilled, sensual demeanor which draws people in.
Ooh, look how stank it says you are. Hold on. It's and I think this might be true. It says this star sign likes the good life.
Correct.
You prioritize comfort and pleasure above all else.
Mm-hmm.
Their appearance, their homes, the material world will look, feel, smell, and taste awesome. Remember this on birthdays and Christmas. Do not think the beauty dupe from Aldi will hold sway with this girl. She's like, don't nobody want your raggedy bootleg shit. This ain't no Nature. What's that shit you keep using?
Agent Nature.
Yeah, this ain't no holy oil. What is this? That is really true.
True. Yep.
Let's see. Taurians live a life at a slower pace. I don't think that's true. Are you usually late?
Yes.
Okay, great. We get along well. They like to analyze everything and consider their every move as well as yours. Don't be looking at my moves. And it's this eternal deliberation which makes them so darn stubborn. They have already thought it all through, trust me, and therefore are totally clear on and committed to where they stand.
Correct. Taurians
are intensely physical creatures. They revere the pleasures of the material world rather than imaginative capers or fantasy stories. You get real. So food, drink, chilling, pampering, shopping, sex, basically that's it. Dang, they got you out here just materialistic as hell. That activity combo is what make tourists tick.
Also sick. I mean, we are a sick race of human beings. My favorite is this meme of Snoop Dogg surrounded by these beautiful Afghan hounds.
Oh, here we go. Is this you?
Yeah.
Are you even listening to me? This is something that partners of Taurians will get used to screaming in sheer frustration and desperation. Yeah, you do. You just be dipping and dodging. And matter of fact, last night after the live, I really needed support. I came back. I texted you 7 blue bubbles. Doug, do you see the problem? I can't. It's too focused. You don't see the zoom here? I need help. I'm going to be on top next time because I can't stand it. This ain't working for me. And you were just like, what?
Well, in my defense, I was the solo parent last night. I had 2 sons that needed to be ushered into bed and made sure that they were properly moisturized with socks on their hands.
Okay, wait. Okay, you're right. This is oh, why they're washing their hands too much?
I mean, they're washing their hands constantly. So every day it's got to be the Aquaphor with socks at night, and it's got to be the lotion, fully lotioned up in the morning.
I'm so proud of you, white woman. That just was like, I wish I have shivers down my spine.
Oh, Bennett was so mad at me the other day because he has this genetic condition where he's extremely dry. He's always been this way. And he has a special glycolic lotion that I have to apply to his whole entire body. And he was so ashy the other day because I had skipped it. And I was so embarrassed. And he was like mad at me when he got out of the shower because I'm like swiping him down. He's like, I'm so cold, I hate this, it's itching. And I was like, you're so ashy, we have to take care of this now. I can't send you to school looking like this.
Wait, is it amlactin?
No, it's called what is it called? Skin Fix. It's you can buy it at Sephora in this giant tub, and it smells kind of like lime, and it's literally the only thing that I've ever put on him that's actually taken care of his skin.
Okay, jot that down. Remind me.
Okay.
Because I've been using amlactin on Maja, who also has extremely dry skin, and she says it burns now when it didn't burn before.
I think this burns a little bit for him, but it's like if I don't use it on him, he has this like just this crust of dry skin that like no amount of exfoliation, no amount of regular over the counter. I mean, I've literally tried. I've tried Shea.
What about oatmeal paste?
We've tried
wow
different kinds of bathing rituals. We've tried different kinds of ointments and salves, and I can't get through to it. And I was doing some research last winter of because I think I nailed down what the condition was, and then I was trying to find ways to solve it that would be like that I could easily do on a 8-year-old boy, and this lotion kept coming up, so I bought it, and it worked.
Remind me, because Maja has been complaining about hers, and she gets the little raised little circle white spots where you try to exfoliate them, and they're crunchy. Mm-hmm. But what I love most, too, is that Bennett is your ashiest child. And why is that, guys?
My blackest child. Actually, funny, true story. We're going on this Christmas lights hike on Sunday night at the Nature Center, and Quinn and Lennox both have boots, and I needed to get Bennett a pair of boots so he could hike without messing up his sneakers. And they had these cute little Tim knockoffs, and I was like, this might be the only child that I could actually buy Tims for and not catch a rash of shit from Melissa. I didn't. I just bought him rain boots.
Okay, but wait, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Let me find back my spot where I was.
Yeah.
Look. No. They're not listening to you unless you're offering food, drink, sex, and money. They are thinking. Or even sometimes just, chilling. Taurians love doing nothing, just being kind of vacant. Let them be. It means you can get on with whatever you want to do, and they won't mither or fuss over you. Enjoy it. Oh, so you just check out.
Yeah. Like, there was some meme I saw the other day that was like, I want to simultaneously be adored and fawned over, but also left the fuck alone.
Okay, so when I'm melting down or on one of my cocaine binges in the Slack overnight in production mode, and you don't respond till 2 in the afternoon, you were just thinking.
Sometimes it takes me a while to respond. Sometimes, yeah, I need a minute. Like I can't. I get into trouble if I try to respond right away because that's usually coming from an emotional place. Or even if it's just like work related, I need a minute to process it and think everything through before I can come back and give you like a good answer. Because if I try to respond in the moment, the responses that you're going to get from me are me working it out. And it's way more confusing if I have to work it out through text than if I can just like take a beat and then come back with like a fully formed thought.
That's interesting because I like to work it out, bitch. I love a blue bubble. I'll work it all the way out in all these texts. You ain't read all my blue bubbles. You didn't see the third bubble. I addressed that. Yeah, so, okay, that's good to know. Because, like, sometimes when you take a long time to respond, I'd be like, I know she don't think that's a bad idea because that's a bomb-ass idea. Who the fuck? Wait a second, where'd she go?
Yeah, and
this is good.
I just need a minute.
So, I downloaded the app that you told me to get.
Okay, yeah.
CoStar. First of all, I love it. The layout is adorable.
It's beautiful, and it's run by NASA. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Which I feel like just adds to its legitimacy.
So did you add me as a friend?
I did.
Okay, I'm going to go in now and check and see because I didn't get to read all your stuff.
Okay, let me...
So the first thing I did when I downloaded it, first of all, I downloaded it at 5:44 a.m. and you know 44 is my angel number.
Uh-huh.
And then it gives you a code or whatever that you need to punch in to like log into the thing. And the code had 44s in it. And I was like, ooh, yeah, this is where I need to be. This is the world I'm in. Yeah. And the first thing it said, because you know last night I had a mental breakdown trying to figure out what was wrong with the zoomed in
yeah.
Instagram, I opened it up and it said, "Good morning, Melissa. It's going to be okay." And I was like,
you were like, get out of my head.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So this shit got scary.
Oh
So
my
then I
God.
went to, oh my God, do you know I just picked up my phone and it says 44%?
No.
It sure does. So then I found you.
Okay.
Let me read about you.
I'm trying to see if we
Okay,
can...
so I'm in the Amanda tab, okay? So let me try to understand this. It says, today, December 1st, Melissa, you are upfront, direct, and bold with people you love, and Amanda takes control. They want to find the middle ground with you today. Being straightforward is another way to play. Paint your initials in a heart on every boarded storefront. Okay, no.
Nobody's got time for that.
Yeah. Compatibility. Okay, here's our compatibility.
Okay, good.
Am I doing this right? It says Amanda at the top, and then it says today, and then it's talking to me. So it says compatible. Okay, here are how we're compatible. Philosophies of life. That's where it says we're compatible.
Okay. Does it go into detail, or is that just where it stops?
I clicked it.
I'm trying to see how I can...
Here we go. Sun. The sun determines your ego, identity, and role in life. It's the core of who you are, and it's the sign you're most likely to already know. Your sun is in Aquarius, meaning you are fundamentally unconventional and anti. Oh yeah, baby, anti everything. Comfortable dissenting or straying from the norm. Your intellectual talent. Oh, girl, this thing is just... of abstraction is oriented towards pushing the boundaries of what seems reasonable. You carry a lot on your shoulders and you need to fight for the underdog. That's me. Their sun is in Taurus, meaning
Yes.
they are fundamentally stable, deliberate, and practical, though somewhat stubborn. Their sensual side takes comfort and pleasure very seriously. You appreciate nice things when they're useful and meaningful. People appreciate how reliable they are. Girl. Uh-oh. We're in trouble now.
Oh, no.
This pairing can be difficult. You two are almost complete opposites, but not polar enough to be complementary. They are conservative and comfort-seeking by nature, while you have a strong compulsion to rebel. That's true. Remember how stank I was about the permanent feed? Okay. No, we can't do that. We're not doing that. That's ugly. Everybody does that. I don't know about you. Well, we could just not do the podcast then. You were like, okay, bitch. They pride themselves on being a dependable friend that others can rely on, while you come off as aloof and unemotional. Okay, when did this just start offending Melissa? If you two are able to find common ground, they could make you feel safe enough to open up, and you could make their world bigger. I would say that's fair.
I would say that's very fair.
Wow. What's this button down here that says chaos mode?
So I just was clicking this today. You can write something for yourself, and then it just like automatically will pop up as a random notification.
This thing just told me to write Amanda a note, and CoStar will choose the right time to send it back in a special notification. Ooh, I'm writing you a note.
Oh, no.
And then I want you to remember when it pops up to tell me what it said.
Okay.
You're going to be like, this note is horrible.
It shows, so like if you look, so guys, if you put this on your phone, you can connect to other users that are in the app. So it can like search through your Facebook or your contacts, and you can, add those people, and it will show you like where your similarities are for the day. You can have your whole natal chart put together. So you just have to, put in your birth date and where you were born and your time of birth. And then it can show you like your sun, your moon, your rising sign. And then it'll show you like all of your different, like where you're like, where's your Mercury, where's Venus. It'll show you like the different houses, and then you can like get more in depth on those things. And then you can kind of see, like, it'll show me where Melissa and I might have similarities in our charts at this time, because it's always changing, right? Because we're always turning, and all of those houses are shifting. Let's see.
Okay, Amanda.
Yes.
Can you go on the Melissa tab?
Okay.
'Cause I want to see, and where it says, you go to friends.
Yeah.
Click on Melissa, and then it says compatibility updates charts. Go on updates. Does it tell you something that's going on today?
Okay, so between the two of you, this is based on your composite chart created by combining your individual charts. So there's different categories. The first one says harmony, open and real, openness and clarity, influx, tension or gentleness.
Ooh, okay.
Challenges, unrealistic expectations, poor communication, delusion, and bad habits.
I don't know who they're talking to.
And then this just goes into, it says just them. So I'm guessing that this is just you.
Okay, for you, just them, it says self-respect.
Okay, so for you, it says the first one is charisma.
Oh, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. She's a cunt. Okay. So for you, it says the moon is letting you relax right now. This means that it's easy to access the hidden parts of yourself. It's a good time to celebrate your lack of drama. You are ready to discover yourself.
Oh, so for you, the sun is stimulating you right now. And this means that you're able to be yourself. It's a good time to use your ability to think in new ways. And if you want someone to take accountability for their actions, take accountability first. What happens after that is important information.
Ooh, hold on now. You want me to do what? And then it says, is this still the just them? It says here that you have magnetism.
Yes.
You have the rare ability to gain conscious control of your moods and feelings, and in this moment you're ready to stir things up.
Ooh.
Focus on joy as a result of someone else's happiness. Is that telling you to do me?
That's telling me that's what I need to do.
Okay, go a step further and practice tenderness until it becomes a habit. Yeah, which a mean ass. Do that. What does mine say?
Your ability to defend what you need is stimulated into action. Direct your dynamic force toward the way you bring yourself to life. Try to be really explicit about your personal strengths. Name them. exercise them, use them.
Nobody wants that from me with my cocky ass. Nobody wants that. So now, Amanda, look, I clicked into it and I pushed another button and it said details.
Details, yeah.
So for you, it says you have stress causing overconfidence. Passions are high right now. If you're bored, use the intensity to shake things up. And it says that you're going to be feeling that way through Wednesday.
Am I bored? I'm going to have to do a deeper dive and see. I don't feel bored.
Well, it is a pandemic.
Let's look at success in your work.
What's
you typically work towards your goals with passionate energy. In this moment, you may feel especially expressive, making it the perfect time to commit yourself entirely to your knee-jerk responses. Spend a moment concentrating on what you do have.
Oh, Amanda, this right here is telling me, I'm talking about, I can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it's telling me exactly how shit's going to be. So next time, if there's any rumblings or whatever, I can just go in here, click on Amanda, and see, oh, she must be stressed out because of this, this, and that. This is like a good tool.
For managing your relationships?
Yeah. Let me click on chart. Oh, I don't understand none of this.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, here's the deal. You can say that, astrology is bullshit. Fine. You're right to your incorrect beliefs. But as living beings who are what? We're 90% water. We're mostly made of water. Living on a planet where we have a satellite, the moon, that is in control of the water on this planet, you cannot tell me that we are not in some way affected by the moon and by all of this other shit that's happening in the universe. You just can't. I won't believe it.
Well, speaking of the moon, I just clicked on that moon tab. It says the moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. The moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. This is likely the sign you most think of yourself as, since it reflects your personality when you're alone or deeply comfortable. Your moon is in Sagittarius, meaning your emotional self is restless, self-questioning, optimistic, and independent. Yes!
I was going to say, that's pretty spot on.
You may hide your sensitivities behind an interest in finding new ways to feel. Their moon, so Amanda's moon, is in Taurus, meaning their emotional self is very romantic and sentimental. Yeah, you be sentimental as hell.
I'm sentimental as shit. I mean, did we not just record that whole episode about my dad last week?
Girl, so sentimental. I was like, girl, you better.
But both my sun and my moon are in Taurus, so I'm just double down in this big
extremely emotional
bull energy. Yeah.
They are deeply loyal to the people they care about and try hard to maintain security and stability within those relationships. Because you really not trying to let Arthur go to the Philippines. They often feel powerless to fix messy situations. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But their way of thinking through those things is sensible and practical. That's true. You have to work to understand each other's moods and emotions. If that ain't the goddamn truth. Wow. Well, this is actually like a wealth of information, so I'm going to have to really study this.
I think, gosh, it really gets so deep.
But it feels useful.
The ways you grow and dream are aligned and make intuitive sense to each other. I think that we're just different enough that it seems to be working.
I mean, my favorite part about all of this is that it's literally like both of y'all are kind of crazy. Both of y'all are kind of intense, but both of y'all have a work ethic. And both of y'all have loyalty. So I feel like the podcast gonna stay on the road. The podcast gonna stay on its tracks.
Between the Enneagram and our star signs.
This could work, I feel like. I
think you just have to have two people that like fill in where the other person doesn't have it.
Exactly, because I'm a quitter and you ain't. This is perfect. All right, you know what time it is now.
It's
now time
time
to say thank you.
I wanna
So
thank you, Heavenly Father.
oh my God, for shining your light on me. Thank you. Now, so if you are a member of our Patreon, you know that every month we do a shout out. Now, these shout outs belong to you at any tier. So $5, $10, $20, $250, $1 million. You are going to get a shout out on an episode every month. Now, you're going to get one at the top of December because that's just how the month rolled out. And then you're going to get one at the end of December because that's just how the month rolled out. I don't make up the moon and the stars. That's how it happened. So let's hop to it. I'm going to read the first couple of names, Amanda,
Okay.
and then you can pick up where I left off. So we have Tiffany S., Monica E., Kristen B., Janelle C., Jessica R., Liz W., Sarah A., Sarah P., and Aaron H. Thank you so much for your continued support of this podcast.
Thank you to Gregory A. and Casey T., Carrie with a K, S., Natalie B., Kendra L., Megan S., Aaron C., and Jess M.
Woo! Thank you, Moni B. Are you in the middle, Moni? Thank you, Katie S., Kim, just plain Kim, because she knows how to use the internet and she ain't telling her business. Kristen W., Kimberly with an I-N, Dion Rufio, sup boo boo, Erica, Jixa, Bailey K., and Stephanie J. Thank you so much for your continued support of our podcast.
A big thank you to Jen B., Liz W., Jessica S., Holly M., Cameron W., Stephanie F., Wendy W., Shelly C., and Summer.
We have a thank you to Claire R., Sahara S., Nick M., Sheila A., Kristen B., Kelly W., hi Kelly, Sandy C., Tia, Sharon S., Latoya B., and Marissa L. Thank you so much for your continued support of our podcast. And I hope you guys don't think I'm just saying that. Like, I really genuinely mean it. Thank you so much. Like, every time Amanda and I get a little alert for a new patron, we're like, we're married.
It's literally the first thing I do is I jump into that Patreon app and I send a thank you, and I make sure that I get your handle if I don't know it already to add you to close friends.
Yes,
So-
that's actually an unspoken bonus, by the way, that if you join our Patreon at any tier, you automatically get added to our close friends list on our Instagram. And during the stories and during the week, there is a little green ring of content for you to consume that don't nobody else get.
So with that, we'll say final thank you to Iris B. and Jenny S. Also,
I think we skipped Demita H.
Oh, I thought you said Demita. I'm sorry. Demita, we could never forget you.
Never.
Whitney W., Desiree P., Megan S., Mary Ann N., and Trisha O.
All right. We have Maggie E., which, by the way, guys, we had to move to a second page of patrons. Thank you so much. That is really awesome.
Well, she's
Susan.
She's like Maggie S. because E is her middle name.
Okay, Detailed 5.
I just want to make sure she knows that we're saying to her.
No, you're right. Susan Y., Allison I., Sydney B., Angela G., Elizabeth E. Thank you so much for your continued support of our podcast.
Elizabeth E.
I said Elizabeth S.
You said Elizabeth E. Leslie S. Gabby O. Vivian D. Annette A. Murky.
We have Monica L., Joanna D., Brianne M., Galen G., Trisha D., and last but not least, our very first patron ever. Thank you so much, Amy F. We're so excited every Wednesday to post up new shit for you. In terms of bonus episodes, the Monday Night Lives that you may have missed, which, those Monday Night Lives have been doozies lately.
They've been doozies, but it's also been a safe space to release stuff that we can't put onto the free podcast.
Right.
So,
but at the end of the day, it's still the World Wide Web. Don't pirate our shit. I would not that you. But Amanda, one day we might be big enough to be pirated. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Anyway, thanks guys so much for your continued patronage of our Patreon. We really appreciate it, and every red cent goes into helping us make this podcast a better experience for you. So thank you.
Thank you. Also, we still owe you guys the code so that you can enjoy your 40% off.
The code
Are you ready?
Are you ready? The code is Strangers40. Strangers40.
So when you check out, if you put in Strangers40, you will take 40% off of your order site-wide. There's no exceptions, guys. This is anything. So go support a small business, support a friend of the podcast, support the only sponsor that we have ever had here at Imperfect Strangers. We love you. Thank you.
The only sponsor that matters. Strangers40. Get to shopping.
Unless Blue Apron wants to come through with some ads, and then I'd have
Squarespace. Okay.
MailChimp.
Goalie gummies. Okay.
Care of vitamins. Bye.